Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Now today we're setting the time machine for a dazzling era. The sophisticated, glamorous, and utterly captivating golden age of nightclubs from the 1930s, 40s, and 50s. This was a time when going out meant dressing to the nines. Back then, evening wear meant more than just changing into a black t-shirt. Formal suits for men and long gowns for women were the order of the day. Diamond stick pins and mink coats optional. And nightclubs weren't just places to see and be seen. They were opulent palaces of entertainment where the biggest stars of music and comedy performed, lines of beautiful chorus girls paraded, and dance floors were alive and vibrating with the sounds of big band playing swing. The how it happened and how it lasted was due to a perfect storm of social and economic factors. First, the end of Prohibition in 1933 unleashed a thirst for libations and public revelry that was once again legal and without fear of a police raid. People were ready to celebrate. And then, during World War II, these clubs became vital morale boosters, offering a much-needed escape and sense of normalcy for soldiers on leave and a population working tirelessly on the home front. And then finally, in the post-war economic boom of the late 40s and early 50s, meant more disposable income for many, allowing them to indulge in these lavish nights out. It was a time of optimism, glamour, and a desire for top-tier entertainment that went from coast to coast. So let's begin our club hopping in the bright lights of New York City. There, places like Sherman Billingsley's legendary Stork Club were absolute institutions. This was where society's elite, Hollywood stars, politicians, and writers all mingled. Think about Grace Kelly, Ernest Hemingway, Frank Sinatra, and the Duke and Duchess of Windsor all under one roof. The place was so celebrity-studded that Billingsley wound up putting an end to their elaborate floor shows because he realized that the clientele were much more interested in looking at each other than they were at the stage. And of course, there was the legendary Cotton Club up in Harlem, a dazzling showcase for entertainers like Duke Ellington, Lena Horne, and Cab Calloway, where white patrons flocked to experience the vibrant jazz and swing culture on the very turf where it was formed. These clubs weren't just venues, they were cultural touchstones. Now let's hop a rattler to the West Coast for the glamour of Los Angeles. Here, clubs like the Mocambo, the Trocadero, and Ciro's on the Sunset Strip were playgrounds of Hollywood royalty. Imagine seeing Marilyn Monroe, Humphrey Bogart, Elizabeth Taylor, or any other star you could name regularly gracing these venues. They offered dinner, dancing, and the performances of the biggest names in music. Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr., but none of them could match the size and scope of the Earl Carroll Theater. From its luxurious interior to its 1,000-seat capacity, it had a double revolving stage and a line of 60 showgirls. These clubs were the extensions of the Hollywood dream, places where movie magic extended into the night. And finally, let's head to the heart of the country, Chicago. The Windy City had a phenomenal nightclub scene. The Chez Paris was Chicago's answer to the Stork Club, attracting celebrities in the audience and top-tier entertainment on the bandstand. Then there was the Empire Room in the Palmer House Hotel. Who played there? Sinatra, Tony Bennett, Ella Fitzgerald, Judy Garland, Louis Armstrong, Liberace, and Harry Belafonte, for starters. The spectacular Aragon Ballroom, where up to 2,500 couples could foxtrot the night away. And this was just a small sampling and from only 3 cities. I mean, we'd be here all day if I went on to highlight more of these dazzling night spots that existed in Miami and St. Louis and San Francisco and Boston and Dallas and scores of other cities, big and small. The point is, nightclubbing was once a much different animal than it is today. The decline of the world really began in the late 50s and accelerated into the 60s. There were several factors involved. Firstly, television became increasingly dominant. The nightclub generation was aging, and why go out and pay for live entertainment when you could watch top stars in your own living room for free? Secondly, musical tastes were changing. The rise of rock and roll and then folk music appealing to a younger generation wanting more casual venues and concert halls over formal nightclubs. And thirdly, the suburbanization of America meant that people were moving further away from the city centers, making a big night out in the city less convenient. And finally, by the 50s, the huge casino showrooms in Las Vegas were paying such fabulous prices to top-tier entertainers that venues across the country could never match, and that was pretty much that. The era of the supper club with dinner, dancing, and big band showcase gave way to either smaller, more intimate music venues and, of course, dinner theater, which we covered here in episode 8 of the series. But the legacy of these Golden Age nightclubs is undeniable. They gave us a glimpse into a glamorous chapter of American nightlife. They remind us of a time when elegance was paramount and when a night out was a mighty special thing. Now, if we had a time machine, let me know in the comments which nightclub you'd go to and who would be on the bill. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more dives into the history, and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the dance floor of my dreams.